Hey everybody, welcome to episode 2 of my photo vlog series, which I am now naming the Snapshot Photo Vlog because the name, the casual photo vlog, is kind of dumb. And we're moving away from that. We're rebranding a little bit. So it's now Snapshot Photo Vlog. We'll see if it sticks, but either way, episode 2. I'm gonna be talking about 3 short little topics today. A small, cool little camera that I just picked up recently on the cheap, a couple books that I just got, and the Tiffen Black Promist filter, which I know is really popular, and it's a thing that's kind of really trendy right now and a lot of people are enjoying using. So yeah, let's talk books first and foremost. I picked up these 2 books recently and I wanted to do a little introduction to them. I think they're both really cool and I think they're both worth checking out. The first one is issue 2 of AG23. And if you don't know what AG23 is, it is a collaborative project between the photographer and now YouTube filmmaker Dan Milner, who makes really awesome content. You should totally check his channel out. And Beyond Clothing, a clothing company. The purpose of this project is to introduce you, the reader, to new creatives and new artists, and then go seek out their work. This issue features 5 artists, people that do photography, that do actual art, that do written works such as books. The design is really cool, and it came in this really nice ripstop dust jacket that I think is a great touch. And the best part about this book is that it's free. You only have to pay for shipping, which cost me $5 in the United States. And it's totally worth picking up for that price. It features people like Courtney White, who do a lot of environmentalist work. It kind of introduces you to the work that she does and the books that she's written, as well as, let me find this guy, because this guy's photos are really, really great. Colin Finlay, he is a photographer that covered war and conflict, and just to give you an idea of some of the work that's in here, I think this is fantastic. This is a beautiful picture. And honestly, the $5 was worth just seeing this image alone. I think this is fantastic. So yeah, $5 for shipping, you can't beat that. It's really cool, and it'll introduce you to some new artists that you probably haven't heard of before, and you should go check out their work if you happen to pick this up as well. The second book that I got is this, Women Street Photographers. I had actually heard about this book from someone that I follow on Instagram. They put it on their story and I thought it looked really cool. The orange cover really grabbed me, and I happened to see it at a bookstore in Princeton, New Jersey when I was down there, and I picked it up because I thought it was really interesting, and I, again, love the cover. It really, drew me in. And what this book is, like the issue of AG23, an introduction to women doing street photography now. I think the oldest photo that I could find in here was from like 2004. So I'm pretty sure a lot of the people that are in this book are still active. I think it's beautifully presented. It gives you a short introduction on every artist and a photo that they've taken. I mean, look, there's some absolutely wonderful work in here, if you could see that. I think it's a friendly reminder of the important role that women have had in photography over the years. The intro to the whole book goes over all of these wonderful female photographers and the importance that they've had on photography. People like Donna Ferrato, who I'm going to be talking about in a future video. I got a chance to see a gallery of her work and was absolutely blown away. I think, again, this is a friendly reminder that for every guy that's doing photography, I know sometimes photography and YouTube and in the professional photography world can seem very male dominated. But for every dude that's out there doing photography, there are 10 women out there who are doing work that is superb and better than the guys. And I think it's a beautiful celebration of that, and it's a beautiful way to kind of introduce you to some really, really wonderful female photographers that are doing some excellent work. So yeah, I use some Instax film to use as bookmarks sometimes. If you find this, or if you get a chance, if you're interested in something like this, highly recommend picking it up. It's a beautiful book. It's a nice, nice coffee table book. It's nice and hefty. I think the design is great. And, you know, it'll introduce you to some really wonderful artists that I think are worth checking out. Next up, Olympus XA2. I picked this up recently for quite a low price. It was listed pretty low, below the going rate, and I had a good chunk of money in my PayPal account, so out of pocket, this thing cost me like 14 bucks, which is an absolute steal for a camera like this nowadays. I think the going rate is about $100, and it was listed for half that. I did not plan on buying this camera. It was 100% an impulse purchase, jumping on a good deal. But I'm really glad I did. I'm currently shooting the test roll. I don't have any images to show right now. I'm at image 31 of 36, and I should be finished with it soon. But it's been in my bag since the day I got it because it is a wonderful everyday carry and street camera. This camera really ignited the feelings that I have about street photography. I did a lot of street photography when I first started off shooting film. And I think it kind of holds a little bit of a special place in my heart. Just between the focusing and the ease of use. I say that as I struggle to get the door open. Mine's a little stuck, so I have to kind of struggle it open. The really great, big, bright viewfinder for a camera this size. I mean, compared to the Olympus style zoom that I have, this thing is a monster truck of a viewfinder. And just the more mechanical nature makes it a bit more discreet. There's no winding noise. There's no flash or anything like that. You can get a flash for this camera, I'm sure you know that. But it really does bridge the gap of a point and shoot camera and a more traditional rangefinder like the Canonet that I have. And I find myself reaching for this way more based on its size, its, you know, how it feels to use, and its discretion. It's super, super quiet. The shutter is silent, and there's none of that winding noise. It's a mechanical dial wind, just like a disposable camera. So yeah, I'm really excited to get the results back. As soon as this roll is finished, I'm gonna throw it in the tank and develop it and see what I get. Maybe I'll do a full, more fleshed out review of this camera in the future, but for now, gotta say, if you can find one of these for, you know, on the cheap, pick one up. They're super cool. I totally get why the price has gone up on these things. Very interesting, fun, great little street camera that you can keep in a bag all day, every day. And last but not least, just a quick comment on this guy, Tiffen Black Promist. I have the 1/2, which is a step beyond in intensity than the 1/4, which seems to be the one that everyone gets. And I threw it on for the end of a roll that I shot a couple weeks ago. And I got the images back and scanned them. For one, I'm happy with the intensity of the effect on film. I did throw this on my digital camera, the one that I'm filming with right now, and I felt that the intensity was pretty high, and you have to learn to kind of manage where you're shooting with this filter and a digital camera, but I don't think it really was as drastic with film. So I don't think I regret getting the 1/2 instead of the 1/4. The thing that it did do though was, and I did take these photos directly into the sun, so this is partially my fault, it really amplified the flare and made the flare much more pronounced when shooting directly into intense light. And it also amplified some of the grain of the film. I don't think these shots were from Portra 400. They're not the most amazing shots. They're really not great. I don't love Portra 400's grain to begin with, and it made the Portra 400 grain look like digital color noise. I don't know if it's just the combination of the Black Promist and the Portra 400 that made this effect, but I'm gonna have to kind of test it a little bit further, maybe try it with some films that I like the grain a little bit better, maybe Portra 160, which I think has much nicer grain, and black and white film as well. I think the thing that sold me on getting one of these in the first place was how it looks with black and white film, so I'm excited to throw this on a camera and shoot a roll of black and white with it. So yeah, that's it. Snapshot Photo Vlog, episode 2, done. Yeah, thanks for watching. Appreciate your time, appreciate you being here. You know, like, comment, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.